It started with a step followed by a trot. We learned to gallop. Then it got mechanical. At first, it was to survive. It was all about the destination, but that changed when the journey started to get fun. I'm Greg White. That's my buddy Julian Taylor. We've mastered travel by land, air, and sea. For us, it's not always about where you go. It's how you get there.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to It's How You Get There. I'm Greg White.
And I'm Julian Taylor.
And we're in Moab, Utah for the Easter Jeep Safari.
Yeah, we are at one heck of an event. Over 30,000 people arrive at this location and all drive off-road vehicles.
And we have two brand new Jeep Rubicons, and we're going to be tackling some of the trails here in Moab.
Yeah, we've got one that's called Top of the World, 7,000 feet above sea level. That's high.
If it's named Top of the World, man, it's got to be something spectacular. And then the second one?
Steel Bender. No, I'm not sure on that name. Steel Bender.
One thing we got to do before we get on the trails is we got to go to the Moab Diner and we got to meet up with Jenn Barlow.
Absolutely. It's a big central meeting place. Everybody gets there, has breakfast before they hit the trails.
I'm excited to get behind the wheel of these Jeeps. We have so much to do, so many trails to ride, so many rocks to crawl over. We're going to take these Jeeps and get moving. We got to head to the diner to meet Jenn.
Moab is seated near the east bank of the Colorado River. In the late 1800s, this location attracted settlers looking for an easy place to cross the river while traveling on the Old Spanish Trail. These canyonlands have seen the likes of Butch Cassidy and set the stage for the early Western films of John Ford. Today, it's a hotspot for Jeep enthusiasts who take traversing these trails to the next level.
Welcome to Utah.
Morning, morning.
Yeah, morning, it's right. It's nice and early.
So, Jen, tell us, what are we doing here?
Let me give you a little hint of what we're doing. Move our breakfast out of the way. We're meeting up with my friends from Dana, and we're going to the top of the world.
This is the valley, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah, it's really high.
Now, of course, Dana is synonymous with Jeeping, right?
Dana makes all the axles that you need to get you up and over rocks like this.
So we know he's never been in a Jeep other than once or twice, but what about you?
I grew up Jeeping. Actually, my family, we'd go out every weekend. We were part of a Jeep club. I've been to the Rubicon Trail. I've been to the King of the Hammers event, but this is my first time in Moab, so I'm really excited.
Sweet.
We're absolutely going up as a group team. When you do Jeeping, slow and steady wins the race. It's all about having a driver, a spotter.
We've got a babysitter.
That's right.
And we're a team.
Yeah, and by the way, one of us is going to be your babysitter. I think the stage is set, right? Expert Jeep, intermediate Jeeper, and you.
A Land Rover guy.
A Land Rover guy. Total and utter novice. This is spectacular. Look, let's eat up, man. We're here for 2 full days, and we're going camping, Julian. So this is the last good meal that you're going to get. The rest of it is all camp and trail food.
So for the next 2 days, it's rabbit food.
You got it, buddy.
Oh.
Surprise. Yeah, pass the syrup, please. There you go. This is what I'm talking about.
In the past, it's been an individual game. It's been a competition, but this time around, we're going up in Jeeps. We need to come together as a team if we want to get this Jeep up the mountain.
Hey!
We're here.
This is the beginning, because civilization, my friends, is over, and now the dirt begins, and we're on some awesome trails for the next 2 days, and camping thrown in there. These Rubicons, for me, they work great on the road, and now that we're off-road, I can't wait to test them.
Yeah, well, these are the Stage 2. They come off the assembly line with Dana 44 axles. They're running 37-inch tires, so they are beefy. They're machines. They will get us up the hill, up the rocks in no time.
Stage 2, then what are the stages then?
Well, you kind of have the Stage 1, the entry level. That's something that is going to come stock with the Dana 30. But then you go to the Stage 2, the Rubicon. They come equipped off the assembly line with the Dana 44. They really can carry that heavy load. Then you go to Stage 3. These guys are running Dana 60s. You're running the bigger 40, 42-inch tires, and these things are monsters.
I've noticed that your Jeep is slightly different to mine on the basis of the beading on the tires that allows you to be able to drop the air out because there's a seal on the outside to the inside. I myself don't have that bead.
You could take out less pressure, you're gonna be able to rock crawl better than I am.
Not at all, but I'm just making a statement that you do have beads on your tires and I do not.
Jen, we all know that brakes make a huge difference when you're rock crawling.
You know, what goes up must come down. Right. So not only are you riding that low gear, but you're also riding the brakes. The brakes come into play a lot.
It's gonna be great fun.
This is where the pavement ends and we go off-road and uphill.
The Top of the World Trail begins with a turnoff of Utah 128 onto a graded county road at the Old Dewey Bridge. Here we'll start our ascent and get into some four-wheeling action on sections of loose rock, interspersed with several shelf climbs that lead to an incredible view overlooking Onion Creek.
This keeps us stay at the office.
Too bad you don't have the company I have. This is your first time in Moab, off the beaten path, obviously.
It's unbelievable. This is something you definitely have to experience. Taking these Jeeps out, this is so much fun. Now, you've been here a number of times, but you've only done it on bikes.
I've always seen people out here recreating off-road with Jeeps. When you're on a motorcycle, you're just kind of in your own little world and doing your thing. So I've never really been on much of these trails, but I can totally see why people are so into this.
I think we should stop here. I think I might know this guy. Well, hey, stranger. We finally meet up with Seth, so I'm excited to see what tips he has for us to make it all the way to the top of the world.
So Seth, this Jeep is sick, man. Tell me about it.
This is one of our development Jeeps. This is actually a Jeep that we come out here, we run these trails. We've got a full telemetry system on the wheel ends, instrumented prop shafts, control arms are instrumented. We've got 28 channels of data on this puppy.
Wow.
This is one of our ultimate Dana 44s, which is an upgraded, beefier axle. It's got thicker tubes, Spicer chromoly axle shafts, Spicer gears. This is made for running these style trails. I wanted to meet you guys here because this is the toughest part of the trail. I'm going to spot you. I'm going to show you basically the right path to take.
It's great. So you're our guinea pig, and why don't you be the first one to go up the hill?
All right, great. Let's get on with it.
Let's go.
Before we make it to the top of the world, we've got to learn how to spot each other, and this obstacle presents the perfect challenge.
I'm going to teach you how to spot. You're going to get Julian up the next obstacle.
So you're going to do them down here. I'm going to watch what you're doing, and then when Julian gets up there, I'm going to be the guy you got to rely on. It was really cool to meet up with Seth from Dana because that education really helped to calm any nerves we had getting over those big obstacles.
Spotting, the key thing, you want to keep both tires on the top of the rocks. So I'm going to use hand signals.
Okay.
A little bit driver. Keep her coming. Good, good.
Whoa, 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 whoa. A little gas happy, this guy.
Piece of cake.
So Julian, look, I'm gonna give you some hand signals, okay? It's super simple. There's a smooth trail here, but we're gonna take you up an even smoother trail over here.
You're going up the hard way.
All right, come on. Come on. I think you better get out of the way.
Yeah,
He gets a little
guide him
gas
up
happy
like
on
air
this
traffic control. Make sure he uses that rock as a shelf.
A little more that way. There you go. That's a good line. Good. I'm glad all the animals got out of the way when you hit the horn. Good job, Julian. You're on your way.
Soundtrack.
The great thing about what we've done today was it was all teamwork. We had to learn how to spot for each other. Then we had to actually direct the machines in the right way for it to be safe for the Jeeps, be safe for us, and then to get us to the top of this mountain.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Come on, big boy.
All right, Julian. There was a little bit of warmth in my heart high-fiving Julian when we were able to make it up those trails safe and sound, man. It was pretty cool.
We're just a few feet away from the top of the world on Waring Mesa, where there'll be breathtaking 360-degree views of Old Fisher Valley, Onion Creek, and the La Salle Mountains.
As drivers, Julian and I were rolling up here, and we just kept seeing more trail, and it was all rocky, and the Jeeps were just crushing it. And then all of a sudden, as we get closer to the top, Jen looks at me and she says, "Look at that, there's nothing but horizon." So I knew we were at the top. How about this, JT? Getting there?
Julian, I think we found it.
I think this is the top. I could tell I was getting to the very, very top because all I could see was blue sky and the tip of a white mountain.
Oh my goodness. Unbelievable.
Wow, spectacular.
Now I see why it's called top of the world. But when I got out to see how high we were, this is as close as to heaven you can ever get.
Well, I think we found our camping spot for the night.
Yes, I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Guys, I roll around a lot in my sleep, and if I'm stuck in a sleeping bag like this, that is one heck of a drop. Can we not sleep here?
Nah, all right, we're a team on this one. We got to give it to Julian. I don't want him rolling off the edge. As much as I give the dude a hard time, there is no way Julian's going to be put in harm's way. So we'll get down to the bottom and find him a good campsite and make sure he's nice and comfortable tonight.
We've made it this far. This is sort of like our badge. We need a photo.
Oh, absolutely. We got to recreate what we saw in the diner.
Yeah.
No question about it. I have a timer on this thing. We can put it over there, set it up, and take a killer photo of the three of us.
So to be able to create a photograph now, I think is a pat on the back for the whole team.
Today was the day where Julian and Greg got to get comfortable with the Jeeps that were running, the trails, the scenery, the top of the world. But tomorrow, it's my turn to drive, show off a little bit, and we're hitting Steel Bender Trail. Talk about obstacles. I can't wait to show what these Jeeps are made of.
So we're gonna bed down tonight, get a good night's sleep, because tomorrow we got a whole nother trail, more technical. Everything we learned today is gonna be put to the test. I'm so pumped for tomorrow, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Hey!
I know.
Hey,
What's going on here? Why are you two in hammocks and I got a stupid sleeping bag?
It's Utah?
Yeah, and because there's stuff on the ground, you know?
Like scorpions.
And snakes.
I hate
and...
scorpions. I hate snakes.
You know what I mean? Like, hold on a second. You hate scorpions and snakes. Here is a little bit of light from Grody for you to help calm your nerves. And how about a nice bedtime story? What do you think, Jen?
How about the birth of the Jeep?
Ah, yeah, 1941, World War II.
The U.S. government was looking for a mobile and nimble general purpose vehicle.
That's right, and our friends at Dana Spicer at the time, they had the four-wheel drive system. And this Jeep, when it became a four-wheel drive, met exactly what they needed, and it helped mobilize our troops, and it helped us win World War II. And as a matter of fact, Julian, that same design has been evolved throughout the years and is still in the Jeeps that we drove today and are gonna drive tomorrow.
You know, out here in the wilderness, you know what I also think about?
What?
Snakes.
Oh, yeah.
And how they're attracted to light.
They certainly are. So maybe it's time to turn out these lights and get some sleep. What do you say, Julian?
I hate bugs.
Good night, Julian.
Good night, Jen.
Good night, Julian.
Good night, Greg.
Good night, Jen.
Good night, Greg.
After a night of sleeping under the stars, we're headed over to the Steel Bender Trail to meet up with Randall from Dana.
Hey, Randall, what's up?
Hey, Jen,
How
how's
you
it
been?
going? Awesome, good to see you.
Guys?
Greg, man. Nice
Greg
to meet
Randall, nice to meet you.
Hey, Randall, Julian.
Julian,
Nice to meet you,
it's a
mate.
pleasure.
This
Yes.
is the guy from the picture in the diner.
Oh, nice. Hanging off, man. I did that yesterday.
That's awesome.
Hung my legs off, man. That was a pretty sick
Yes.
view. So the photo in the diner, is this the Jeep that I saw in that photo with you?
That was a two-door version of this Jeep. This is our four-door Dana aftermarket JK. It's got the ultimate Dana 60s underneath it.
Nice.
I mean, these set of axles are amazing. They're one-ton axles. They have huge brakes to stop you when you're going downhill. Massive Spicer SPL 70 U-joints on the wheels. So this thing isn't a trailer queen. This thing is the showpiece. This is the ultimate vehicle. Today, we're gonna run Steel Bender.
Steel Bender?
There's a high probability you may bend some steel today.
What, more than my
Yes.
exhaust pipe on its own?
Yeah, more than your exhaust. Yeah,
Oh, man.
for sure.
man.
You're gonna be running over boulders that
Right.
are really tall, really big. You gotta stay down the middle or you'll tumble down each side.
Yeah, at least you know where Julian's
Yeah,
going.
we're gonna come up to a very classic obstacle here called the waterfall.
It's like a water running down it and we go in the water?
No, you're the water.
Oh, okay, got it.
So
Oh.
you're gonna come over, it's like an 8 to 10 foot drop.
Right.
Okay?
All right, so this one's really about teamwork today then, right?
Yes, we're gonna have to work together as a team to get through these obstacles, but it's gonna be a lot of fun and you're gonna learn a lot.
Steel Bender begins in the Mill Creek Canyon as it climbs to the base of South Mesa on the skirts of the La Salle Mountains. The upper portions of this trail offer scenic vistas of canyonlands and ends with a crossing of South Mill Creek.
Hey, Jen, how do you do in the water there? Did you do okay?
Oh, we plowed through and we handled it great.
So the first big obstacle was a drop.
We're gonna get him down and just easy turn. Keep the wheel straight, come down towards us.
You had to be careful of the back of the Jeep because you'd notice that it was going to drop straight away and catch the exhaust or catch the back.
There's the drop. Okay,
Nice.
roll out of it. Now you can turn. Slow,
Rear
slow.
wheels.
There you go.
There it is. Nice.
Really quite a remarkable obstacle, to be honest.
Okay, Jen, looking good.
You want to come down and just keep the V in the middle, so turn more towards us.
When we picked the optimum line for Jen, she had total confidence. She just pointed the Jeep where it needed to be, and she just rolled right down. It was impressive.
Yep, okay, just keep the wheel straight. You're coming down, there you go, roll out of it. Rear tires coming down.
There you go. Great job.
And it was exhilarating to get back behind the wheel and come on down with my team's help.
All right, Randall, go ahead and bring it down. A little bit there, passenger side, good. He's not scared. All right, we're backing up, off to the left a little bit. Perfect, just keep rolling it. He's got a good line. No, that's easy. That Dana 60 strong as an ox.
Perfect.
Look at that thing. Just another day at the office, huh?
Cakewalk for him.
To the next one. Well, this looks like some kind of obstacle here. It's a good thing we have Randall.
Yeah,
Because...
he's a good addition to the team.
Yeah.
Julian's leading the way.
Julian's just like going on his own, huh? He doesn't even care. Attaboy, Julian, just go for it. See if you can make it up there. Why is he taking that line? That thing looks steep. Oh, he's looking good from here. All right, now the question is, can the rear tires get up there? Oh, the front tires are in a divot. Oh, dude. Oh, he's stuck.
He's spinning.
Hey, Julian.
Oh, God.
I don't think you're going anywhere, bro.
I'm stuck!
Hold on, Julian. I'll come up there and get you.
This was a little bit steeper than I thought, and I bottomed out underneath this Jeep.
Look at that ultimate 60 go.
No problem. He's just gassing her up there.
I should have taken his line. So I got myself in a bit of a situation taking the tougher route and getting stuck. But the ultimate Dana 60 axle has a lot of strength, front and back. And then you look at the torque.
Look at that thing.
Wow, that was awesome. That thing just went right up and out.
And it worked perfectly. And then up the rest of, as I'd call it, the old volcano.
Volcano, man. I think it was no volcano. I think he's just using it as an excuse because he got stuck, trying to make it something bigger than it is. When Julian got stuck, first thing that came out of both our mouths was, we're not taking that line, that's for sure. It was just like this huge rock in front of us, and Jen, with the help of Randall, found the right line, and she just bombed right up. I mean, it was really impressive, like she's been doing this thing her whole life.
Excellent.
Good job. Nice.
Today, I'm behind the wheel. Greg is riding shotgun. He's spotting me. He's giving me a little bit of input. We're riding along, and we've been having fun the whole day.
This is it, the waterfall.
This is the fall. Here we go.
This is the big obstacle where we become the water.
Hey, TLC said don't go chasing waterfalls. I'm just saying.
What?
Wow.
Oh, man. How deep is the drop?
That's probably good.
Doesn't matter, Julian. The Jeep's gonna make it, man. You could do it. I'm gonna watch you guys, because I'm gonna help him spot.
Are you sitting next to Jen in the pillion seat again?
This is the way Jeeping happens, okay? I'm gonna just get out of the Jeep and
we were
spot.
a team.
We are, and
I
that's
need
why I'm
extra
gonna
eyes.
spot. All right, come on down, brother. Oh, yeah, this is looking nice and gnarly right now. Just a little passenger. Here comes the drop.
See the brakes?
Yeah. Yeah, your brakes are pretty strong. Almost there. All right, man, you're good. Cut it hard left. There you go. Beautiful, right on the edge. Yeah, they got this, no problem. Oh, my God.
Randall showed us how it's done, so now it's Jen's turn to prove that she's the expert on our team. And like a true pro, she crushed it.
Perfect.
Good.
Coming down. It's coming down. Hold the brakes. Coming down.
Beautiful.
There you go.
There you go.
Great job.
Hey, Julian, she sure made that look easy, buddy.
Okay, Julian, it's your turn. To the fall. Here you come.
I've never seen Julian this focused. He's on the edge, and it looks like he just realized the gravity of the situation.
Okay, here he goes.
Good, nice.
Nice. Okay, now keep the wheels straight. There you go. Hold it. Hold it.
Nice, nice, nice.
All right. There you go. Turn left. You did it.
Oh, man, nice job, buddy. There you go. Oh, come on.
What? You made it.
Wasn't
we made
that
we
big
made
of a
it.
deal.
After Julian got down off the wall, I mean, it was really amazing to see how psyched the whole team was, to see how the three of them came together and really gelled and became a really tight team. They were so excited to do it.
1, 2, 3, teamwork!
After an exhilarating day on Steelbender, we've made our way back to civilization.
Yes! Now that was one awesome day.
This was awesome.
The end of Steelbender. This is where the gravel meets the pavement, man. We appreciate it.
And my friends, you did such a great job.
Yeah?
You are now honorary Team Spicer members.
Oh,
Jen,
yeah.
ladies first.
Thank you.
The next time I can throw myself off a waterfall, then I can wear the real gear. That was my scariest part of the day. I have to be honest about that. The heart rate was going
He didn't
something
say a
else.
word.
Yeah, I know. Because my favorite part of the day, without question, was when Julian got stuck and then you dug him out. That was my favorite part of the day. And getting our feet wet on those two trails, I think, was absolutely perfect. So the question is, are we good enough to come back next year?
Of course, you bet. Easter Jeep Safari next year. Let's do it. We'll go to a level 8 trail.
Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. All right, well, let's go Team Spicer.
Let's do it.
Fun. Team
Thanks,
Spicer
brother.
all the way.
Looking good, dude.
All right, man. We'll see you next year.
See you later.
Bye.
Well, our Moab, Utah adventure is over, and what an amazing time it was at the Easter Jeep Safari. It started off at the Moab Diner, of course, where we met Jen, and then it was off to our first trail.
Yeah, our first trail was the top of the world. What an unbelievable view that was.
And then it was camping overnight. Jen and I got in those hammocks, had a lot of fun while Julian stayed on the ground.
That was where
we got up in the morning, though, and then we hit it hard today, Jen.
Oh, yes, Steel Bender. The name says it all. I mean, these Jeeps were sideways. They were up, they were down, rocks, waters, up boulders, and even down that big waterfall. How nervous were you?
At the very top of that, looking over, my blood pressure must have been through the roof, but what an exhilaration.
I know my heart was beating out of my chest in the best way possible. It was unbelievable and so much fun.
I'm telling you, spotting for you guys, it was something else, because when that Jeep tipped over and all you saw was your faces looking at the ground and knew you were out of control, it was something spectacular to watch. Well, that'll do it for Moab, Utah.
And remember, it's not about the destination, it's how you get there.
I'm sure Julian is relieved to be back on the pavement, but I see another trip to these trails in our future. Goodbye, Moab, for now.